You've seen the Grand Canyon and Niagara Falls, but there are places in the USA even locals don't know exist. Stay tuned, because in the next 10 minutes I'm taking you to 10 hidden gems that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about America. Welcome to Beyond the Map, where we uncover the world's best-kept travel secrets. If you love jaw-dropping landscapes, off-the-radar towns, and insider stories, hit that subscribe and bell now, because your next adventure starts here. Hidden deep in the misty corners of the Pacific Northwest lies a beach that feels like it belongs in a fantasy novel. This is Ruby Beach, nestled inside Olympic National Park in Washington State, along the wild edge of America's northwest coastline. Ruby Beach sits near the tiny town of Forks. Yes, the Twilight Town, with a population of just 3,400. It rests at sea level, with dramatic cliffs rising around it, and has been protected since 1938 as part of the vast Olympic National Park. And despite its name, you won't find rubies here. But what you will find are tiny deep red garnet crystals scattered throughout the sand. When the sun hits just right, they shimmer like embers across the shoreline. But Ruby Beach isn't about luxury or crowds. It's about untouched wonder. Massive driftwood trunks lie like ancient sculptures. Sea stacks rise from the ocean like sleeping giants. Tide pools bubble with bright orange starfish, sea anemones, and tiny crabs. There are no boardwalks, no food stands. Just the sound of waves and the feeling of wild freedom. Pro tip: arrive at sunrise. You'll have the beach to yourself, and the fog will cast golden light across the rocks and waves. Bring binoculars. Bald eagles often perch in the pines above, and if you walk just 10 minutes south, don't miss the Kalaloch Tree of Life. A massive tree suspended mid-air, roots exposed, yet still alive, defying gravity and logic. Ruby Beach isn't just a place, it's a feeling, a raw, mystical corner of the world where nature still writes the rules. In the heart of the American West, where deserts stretch endlessly and time feels frozen, there's a national park most travelers have never even heard of. Welcome to Great Basin National Park, tucked away in eastern Nevada, just miles from the Utah border. A land of extremes that defies every expectation of the desert. Closest to the small town of Baker, with a population of under 70 people, this park rises from sagebrush lowlands at 5,000 feet to the summit of Wheeler Peak at over 13,000 feet, one of the tallest mountains in Nevada. Legend says this land was once considered cursed, avoided by early settlers who believed spirits roamed the dark limestone caves. But today, it's a hidden sanctuary for those who seek silence, starlight, and solitude. What makes Great Basin special? Start underground, with Lehman Caves, a vast system of marble caverns filled with rare shield formations and eerie silence. Above ground, you'll find ancient bristlecone pines, some over 5,000 years old, the oldest living trees on Earth. And on clear nights, this park offers some of the darkest skies in America, where the Milky Way blazes overhead like a river of fire. Pro tip: visit in late summer for the clearest skies. Take the scenic drive up to Wheeler Peak and hike the Bristlecone Trail. It's short, surreal, and completely unforgettable. And don't skip the evening ranger-led stargazing programs. You'll leave feeling like you touched the edge of the universe. Great Basin National Park isn't flashy. It doesn't trend. But maybe that's the point. It's one of the last true wilderness frontiers, and where the stars, the silence, and the ancient earth still speak. In the middle of nowhere, on a stretch of desert highway in West Texas, there's a town that feels like a mirage, strange, quiet, and full of secrets. Welcome to Marfa, population 1,600, a tiny dot on the map that has somehow become one of the coolest art and culture destinations in America. Founded in the 1880s as a railroad water stop, Marfa was nearly forgotten, until the 1970s, when minimalist artist Donald Judd arrived and transformed abandoned military buildings into massive art installations. But that's not even the strangest part. Drive just outside town at night, and you might see the infamous Marfa lights, glowing orbs that flicker and dance on the horizon with no scientific explanation. Locals say they've been appearing for over 100 years, and no one knows why. So, why is Marfa special? It's where desert silence meets avant-garde art, where cowboys and creatives share bar stools. You'll find world-class galleries, a faux Prada store in the middle of the desert, and diners that serve tacos and philosophy in the same breath. Pro tip: visit in spring or fall when the weather is mellow and the stars are brightest. Stop by the Chinati Foundation for Judd's iconic installations, and don't skip the viewing platform east of town at night. The Marfa lights might just show up for you. Marfa is one of those places you can't explain, only experience. It's weird, it's wonderful, and it's unlike anywhere else in the country. There's an island off the coast of Georgia where wild horses roam free, ruins whisper of old money, and the beach stretches on with barely a footprint in sight. This is Cumberland Island, a barrier island frozen in time, with untouched wilderness and haunting beauty. Located just off Georgia's southeast coast, Cumberland spans over 36,000 acres of maritime forest, salt marsh, and white sand beaches. Only 300 visitors are allowed per day, preserving its eerie stillness and serenity. Back in the 1880s, this was a retreat for America's elite. The Carnegie family built opulent mansions here, like the now crumbling Dungeness estate, but nature slowly reclaimed it, leaving behind brick skeletons wrapped in vines and mystery. What makes Cumberland Island truly special is its wildness. You'll see feral horses galloping past driftwood, armadillos rustling under ancient oaks, and loggerhead sea turtles nesting on the shore, all with no cars, no hotels, and no crowds. Pro tip: take the early ferry from St. Mary's and bring a bike or good hiking shoes. Visit in spring or fall for cooler weather, and be sure to explore both the North End wilderness and the haunting southern ruins. Cumberland Island feels like America before development. Raw, wild, and unforgettable. It's not just a visit, it's a step back in time. Tucked along the icy shores of Lake Superior, there's a place where nature sculpts art into stone, caves that sing with the wind and glow with frozen chandeliers. Welcome to the Apostle Island Sea Caves, Wisconsin's hidden masterpiece carved by water, wind, and time. Located off the Bayfield Peninsula, the Apostle Islands are a group of 21 forested isles scattered across the lake. But the real wonder lies in the sea caves that lace the cliffs of Devil's Island, Sand Island, and the mainland coast. In summer, they echo with crashing waves and shimmer with reflected light. But come winter, they transform into frozen cathedrals of icicles and stillness, accessible only when the lake freezes solid. Locals say the ice hums beneath your feet as you walk. What sets these caves apart? It's their dual nature: dramatic sandstone arches in the warm months and surreal ice castles when temperatures plummet. You can kayak right into glowing chambers or snowshoe over a frozen lake into a blue-white dream. Pro tip: visit in July for kayak season, or in January and February if the ice is thick enough to walk across. Check with the National Park Service. Conditions change fast. And don't forget your camera. This is one of the most photogenic places in the Midwest. The Apostle Island Sea Caves aren't just a geological marvel. They're living, shifting artwork. A hidden gem that changes with the seasons and leaves you speechless either way. Hidden deep in the desert, beyond any road signs or crowds, lies a rock formation so surreal it doesn't look real, it looks painted. This is the Wave, a swirling sandstone dreamscape on the Arizona-Utah border, carved by time and sculpted by wind. Tucked inside the Coyote Buttes North area of the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs wilderness, the Wave was formed over 190 million years ago by ancient sand dunes turned to stone. Now, it draws adventurers from around the world. but only 20 people per day are allowed to visit. Why? To preserve its fragile beauty. The wave isn't just rare, it's sacred to the land. Its smooth rolling curves and layered red, gold, and orange patterns make it feel like you're walking through a living painting. What makes the wave so special isn't just how it looks, it's how you get there. No trails, no signs. A 6-mile round-trip hike through rugged desert, guided only by GPS and your sense of awe. Pro tip, you'll need a permit from the Bureau of Land Management, and winning one is like a lottery. Apply months in advance, or try your luck with the daily draw in Kanab, Utah. Go in spring or fall to avoid the deadly summer heat and carry plenty of water. The wave is not easy to reach, but that's what makes it unforgettable. It's not just a destination, it's a pilgrimage into nature's finest artwork. Tucked in the heart of Ohio, there's a forest so enchanting it feels like it was pulled straight from a fairy tale. Waterfalls whispering through mossy cliffs, stone bridges arching over fern-covered trails. Welcome to Hocking Hills, Ohio's secret sanctuary of caves, canyons, and quiet magic. Located in southeastern Ohio, this state park region features towering hemlocks, recessed grottos, and sandstone cliffs that date back over 330 million years. It's nature's cathedral, where silence speaks louder than crowds. Once sacred to native tribes and later a hideaway for early settlers, legends say some caves were used for shelter, secret meetings, even hidden treasures. Today, the echoes of that mystery still linger. What makes Hocking Hills special? It's the sheer variety. Old Man's Cave with its hidden tunnels, Ash Cave, Ohio's largest recessed cave, Cedar Falls tumbling through ancient stone, and all of it feels untouched, uncrowded, and deeply immersive. Pro tip, visit in October to see the forest explode in fall colors, or try a moonlit hike in summer. Some trails offer guided night walks. Stay in a treehouse cabin for the full off-grid experience. Hocking Hills isn't loud, flashy, or overhyped. It's soft, slow, and soul-stirring. A hidden gem that reminds you to breathe deeper and wander further. In the far southeast corner of Arizona, where desert meets sky, stands a forest, not of trees, but of towering stone. This is Chiricahua National Monument, the land of standing-up rocks, a hidden world sculpted by ancient volcanoes and timeless erosion. Formed 27 million years ago from a volcanic eruption so massive it blanketed the region in fiery ash, Chiricahua is now home to surreal stone spires, narrow canyons, and balanced rocks that seem to defy gravity. These rocks were once sacred to the Chiricahua Apache, whose warriors used the labyrinth of formations as natural hideouts. The silence here still feels sacred. What makes Chiricahua special isn't just its geology, it's the feeling of stepping into another planet. Hike the Heart of Rocks Trail, where stone pillars twist and lean like frozen giants mid-dance. Pro tip, visit in late spring or early fall for cooler temperatures. Don't miss Bonita Canyon Drive, an 8-mile scenic route winding through the best formations. And keep an eye out, this is also a haven for rare birds and coatimundis. Chiricahua isn't crowded, it isn't commercialized. It's raw, remote, and wildly cinematic. One of America's best-kept geological secrets, waiting for you to discover. "80 miles off the coast of North Carolina, rising from the open ocean like a relic from another world, stands a rusting tower, part lighthouse, part fortress, and entirely unforgettable. This is Frying Pan Tower, a decommissioned Coast Guard light station now reborn as one of the most unusual hidden gems in America. Originally built in 1964 to warn ships of the dangerous Frying Pan Shoals, the tower was manned by crews until it was automated in the 70s. After decades of abandonment, it was bought at government auction and saved from collapse by volunteers and adventurers. Now it serves as an offshore sanctuary, a place where you can spend the night suspended above the Atlantic, surrounded by nothing but waves, wind, and sky. What makes Frying Pan Tower so special? Its isolation. There's no land in sight. Helicopters or boats are the only way in, and once you're there, you can fish, dive with sharks, watch wild storms roll across the sea, or just sit on the helipad with the ocean humming beneath you. Pro tip: spots are extremely limited and booked through the nonprofit that manages the tower. Visit in summer for calmer waters and bring motion sickness meds. The tower moves with the waves. Frying Pan Tower isn't a resort. It's not polished or perfect, but for those bold enough to reach it, it's a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. A floating ghost of maritime history, echoing with stories the sea has never stopped telling. Nestled at the base of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains in northern New Mexico lies a village that predates the United States by nearly 1,000 years. This is Taos Pueblo, a living testament to resilience, tradition, and timeless beauty. Believed to have been built between 1000 and 1450 AD, Taos Pueblo is one of the oldest continuously inhabited communities in North America. Its multi-story adobe homes, made of earth, water, and straw, still stand strong, just as they have for centuries. This isn't just a historical site, it's home. Around 150 people still live here full-time, without electricity or running water, preserving a way of life passed down through generations of the Taos people. What makes Taos Pueblo special is its authenticity. The reddish-brown structures glow under the desert sun. Ceremonial dances, sacred traditions, and native crafts aren't staged. They're real, and they're alive. Pro tip: visit during feast days like San Geronimo in late September to witness traditional dances and community celebrations. Be respectful, this is sacred land, and photography is restricted in some areas. Taos Pueblo isn't a hidden gem because it's forgotten. It's a gem because it's alive. A cultural heartbeat that still echoes with ancient rhythm. A place where time doesn't stand still. It walks beside you. So there you have it. 10 hidden gems in the USA you didn't know existed. Which one blew your mind the most? Comment below, and if you want the full travel guide PDF with insider tips and affiliate links to book your trip, check the description. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Next week, we're diving into the UK's best-kept secrets, safe travels.